Now for our feature story of the day, Philippines and Indonesia tipped as the next Bitcoin nation states by Jan 3 founder Samson Mow. Let's break this down. He was recently interviewed, or actually spoke at this conference. He explains how Bhutan, the kingdom of Bhutan, leads the way, how Jan 3 has shaped Bitcoin strategies worldwide, and why the race is heating up after Trump's executive order. But the million-dollar question remains, which countries will be next? Well, let's break this baby down. Jan 3, digital infrastructure company founded by Samson Mow in 2022, which focuses on accelerating hyper-Bitcoinization by providing tools for the Bitcoin adoption, stirred a fresh debate on sovereign Bitcoin adoption by sharing a bold statement on X. Bitcoin adoption amongst nation states continues accelerating. Samson Mow explains how the kingdom of Bhutan leads the way and how Jan 3 has shaped the Bitcoin strategies worldwide, and why the race is heating up after the recent Trump executive order. So the question remains, which countries are likely to be next? In the video I just referenced, Mow, who has long advocated for Bitcoin's potential to spur economic growth, emphasized Bhutan's success as a prime example for countries with unexploited energy resources. And according to Samson, the Philippines and Indonesia could be next. Bali, let's go! In line to harness the Bitcoin mining as a nation-building tool, particularly by leveraging geothermal energy reserves. And I'm sure you've heard of that term. That's using natural resources such as volcano energy to mine the Bitcoin. And let me know if any of you have been to the Philippines or Indonesia. I'm assuming they have some very cost-effective ways of mining, obviously using free energy. So let's go. Mow underscores Bhutan's journey from a very poor country to the highest Bitcoin per capita country in the world. He remarked, Bitcoin can transform a country very clearly, and it can just lift it out of poverty and monetize stranded or wasted energy. That's a fact, Jack, because the highest and best use of the energy is going to be mining the Bitcoin. Another great example is the first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender, which was El Salvador back in 2021. And they also claimed they were going to be using geothermal energy, volcano energy, and building a city called Bitcoin City, evolving around it with very advantageous tax laws and things of this nature. And of course, they're acquiring Bitcoin, already have over 6,000 Bitcoin on the balance sheet, and they've been averaging over 1 Bitcoin purchase per day over there in Bitcoin country. And Bhutan, I believe, has even more Bitcoin than El Salvador. But by using the Bitcoin proceeds, Bhutan has reportedly begun financing significant infrastructure, including constructing an airport, a striking development for a country that once lacked the funds for such projects. Samson positions this as a powerful demonstration of how mining can be underused or stranded energy into a national revenue stream. Now, remember, Trump made the big announcement at the Nashville conference that he was going to make America the Bitcoin mining hub of the world. Well, this is a part of the global hash war, the global race to adopt the Bitcoin. And this is what we're witnessing, and I'm pretty confident all the countries around the world are having these conversations right now of adapting a strategic Bitcoin reserve or adapting it for their treasury or getting exposure to Bitcoin some way, somehow, before they get left behind. Now, Philippines and Indonesia are the next adopters, according to Samson, citing the example of Bhutan as a catalyst. Samson suggests that other resource-rich countries may replicate this model, specifically pointing out to the Philippines and Indonesia, both known for their untapped geothermal capacity as prime candidates for state-level Bitcoin adoption. Quoting him here, I believe there's a big opportunity for the Philippines and Indonesia to monetize their stranded energy, that geothermal potential. Mow's reasoning is straightforward. If Bhutan can direct mining revenue towards infrastructure projects, then other nations with large geothermal reserves may do the same. And rather than letting surplus or hard-to-access energy go to waste, countries can simply redirect those resources into mining operations, funneling any profits into roads, hospitals, airports, or other development goals, which are infrastructure related, it seems. Now, one factor Mow highlights is the influence of the executive order signed by POTUS Trump for the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, which he believes has prompted various governments to reassess their approach to the Bitcoin. Agreed. This order, per Mow, has kind of lit the fire under their ass, under international policies who worry about the U.S. potentially moving first. First mover's advantage, baby. There can only be one Bitcoin superpower. Will it be China? Will it be Russia? Will it be the United States? of America? Let me know. Mao explains that at Jan 3, discussions with governments have intensified in the last couple of years. There are setbacks due to the events like the FTX collapse. You can thank Scam Bankman-Fried, which tarnished the Bitcoin reputation despite being a broader crypto failure, with the U.S. pushing forward through executive action. Mao said certain government entities that once planned to move to Bitcoin adoption in the later years, an example 2027, are now shifting timelines up in an attempt to front run or at least keep up pace with the U.S. We call this game theory. However, while some governments appear keen to following Bhutan's model, Mao warns that the policy making is inherently cumbersome. Legislative changes often require multiple rounds of internal approvals, public consultations, and political buy-ins. The time frame, the time available to implement something is not much because governments move slow as blackberry molasses. Couldn't agree more. He points out that the new regulatory policy framework can take months or even years to materialize, by which time technological or market dynamics may change. And as a result, countries hoping to capitalize on the Bitcoin mining opportunity face a shrinking window if they aim to outpace major economic powers like the United States of America. It is not until someone actually goes and does it that it kind of clicks in their heads. Mao emphasizes, reinforcing the notion of Bhutan's success might spur real momentum for similar initiatives in Southeast Asia. Whether the Philippines and Indonesia indeed join the ranks of the Bitcoin-enabled nation states remains yet to be seen. What are your thoughts, family? However, important to note, Mao has been actively involved in discussing regarding Bitcoin adoption in Indonesia alongside Governor Ridwan Kamil of West Java. Mao has participated in events like Bitcoin 2023, where they discussed the strategic implications of integrating Bitcoin into Indonesia's economic landscape. That's why I got a lot of respect for Samson Mow. He's leading the way with Jan 3 in nation-state Bitcoin adoption, so obviously he knows what he's talking about. He's not just pulling these countries out of his ass. So let's freaking go Philippines. Let's go Indonesia. Let's adopt the biddy. And with that being shared, welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. Pre-low biddy going up, still in the green, up $243 on the day. Trading above 87,300. This is your opportunity. Ask your boy or the chairman of the SEC any questions. I'll do my best to answer them and read all your comments out loud. Let's get it.
Hey, bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Auto house strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold 'em, yeah, we're holding, never folding.
I've always been a rapper, honky cracker, but now I'm a pastor, Bitcoin stacker. Now I'm a master of the Bitcoin standard. Hit 'em up faster than the Bitcoin panda. You can't touch me with your shitcoin flow. Like, do you even Bitcoin, bruh? Let me know. Welcome to the Bitcoin show. Now listen up closely, low-key, stacking BTC like Satoshis. In El Salvador with my Bitcoin broskies, raising up the biddy like Gohan. Living in a huddle house, we're not the pawns.
Let's go. Breaking news just in 5 minutes ago. Brazil's vice president advisor calls on nation to create strategic Bitcoin reserve. It's happening. Brazil is a massive country, by the way. Can someone look up the population? I believe it's the largest population in all of South America. Correct me if I'm wrong, broskies. Quoting them here. Bitcoin is digital gold. The internet's gold. It will be crucial to our prosperity. Let's fucking go. Breaking news, Brazil calling for a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Massive. Holy shit.